The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for a new day and a new time frame in this 1927, or excuse me, I almost said 1927 Yankees. 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Today's opponent is none other than Alexander Ovechkin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, and the entire 2020-2021 Washington Capitals. The 2021 Caps, that season, even though this was a COVID-shortened season, we will still allow them to participate in this Gauntlet Challenge. With that being said, your adjustments are right up at the top, right next to the time left on the clock. We have reset the clock to 1 hour, and hopefully Team NHL can find their way to a victory and hand the 76-77 Habs a loss here in this one. Without further ado, your starting goaltenders for Game 1 is going to be Craig Anderson for the Caps, and as of usual, Ken Dryden will be the starter for the 76-77 Habs. The ref is ready to drop the puck at center ice. Let's get to it. Start the clock. Oh, and we're going to begin with triples. Wow, it's going to be a fight right off the bat. So a fight breaks out between the players on each team with the highest fight rating. So right now, nobody. So no fight is a. So of course you guys can see nobody has a fight rating. So no fight happens, and we move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 3 and 5. That is Mahovlich and Carlson. Oh, it looks like Mahovlich is going to go to the box as John Carlson is going to move in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does. So penalty, no penalty, or excuse me, a penalty was called on Pete Mahovlich as the Caps waste their opportunity on the power play and go 0 for 1, known-wise in the Express version. And we continue on with another penalty check. This time it's between Bouchard and TJ Oshie. Both guys have the same penalty rating. And if you're the Habs, why not get the most powerful guys off the ice that you possibly can in order to give yourself a chance in this one? Oh, and we got triple twos. This is going to be a critical face-off. So between Jarvis, looks like it's going to be Jarvis and Tom Wilson. So Tom Wilson has a face-off rating of 42. Doug Jarvis has a face-off rating of 60. And it looks like Doug Jarvis is going to win that face-off. So he's moving in on Craig Anderson, who needs to make a 5. Who needs to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5 to make the spec save. Of course he does. Craig Anderson standing on his heels, and that is going to end the first period here at the Forum in Montreal with no score as we head to the second period. We got ourselves a quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Wilson and Kuznetsov. First star. Nobody has star, and we move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a penalty check, between Bill Nyrop and Dmitry Orlov. Both guys have the same penalty rating, it seems, as yes, both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we move on to the next segment. So far, evenly matched. Let's see what happens. Oh, penalty check between both players in 2. Oh, wow. Mantha and Lafleur. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, so no penalty is called. And so far, it is a dogfight here. Hoping one of these two will end up scoring the time frame's first goal of the, or excuse me, the first goal of the time frame. We move on. Visitor scoring chance of a 63. And we have any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Oh no, the Habs do not have a circle on them. Steve Shutt has a power play circle star, but it's not a circle. So no prevention of the power play goal. It's going to be a goal, and the Washington Capitals lead this one 1-0 over the 76-77 Habs. Let's see who scored that goal. We'll consider it to be a power play goal. 8, player with the best shot rating. Hello, Alex Ovechkin. He has a 3 shot star rating, which is the best out there on the ice. And let's see how many assists. 2. How about Backstrom and Oshie? So Ovechkin from Backstrom and Oshie scores the Caps' first goal of the game, and Team NHL is up early 1-0 with the 2020-2021 Washington Capitals in front by a score of 1-0, as there is still plenty of hockey to be played. Oh, penalty check between player 4 and anybody on the ice that is anybody on the ice for the Caps. So we do see a couple of contenders here to give the Habs a power play opportunity between Wilson and Dillon. However, the Washington Capitals really want to tie things. So let's have the decider die say it. The Caps tie. And they're gonna have the Montreal Canadiens go on the power play. So it's either Dillon or Wilson go into the box. I do want to keep a square out there, but let's have the decider die decide. So we'll say it's Brendan Dillon. And it will be Brendan Dillon. So Brendan Dillon is going to go to the box as Serge Savard moves in on Craig Anderson, who needs to make a play save. 1, 2, or 3 should do it. And he does. Craig Anderson stands on his head, preventing a power play goal to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0 in favor of the 2020-2021 Washington Capitals. And after 40 minutes of play in the books for game 1, the score is Washington Capitals 1 and the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens 0. We start the third period with a visitor score chance of a 45. Any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Luckily, the decider I chose Dillon because Tom Wilson has a power play circle star out there, so he creates a power play goal opportunity. And as he moves in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 with a dot to make the stop. Which he does. Wow. Tom Wilson got robbed by Ken Dryden. As okay, so nobody on the Habs flip, and we move on to the next segment. Oh boy, a home scoring chance of 34. Home player in 2 creates a goal. That is Mario Tremblay. He creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. He does not have a triangle. However, he does have a hit. He does have the hit quality, so he's going to be moving in on Craig Anderson, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He does. Wow. Craig Anderson standing on his head prevented the Habs from getting on the board. We move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between players 5 and anybody on the ice with hit and power. Well, to tie, it's close, but they can go with Eller, Mantha, or Carlson for power, but we're looking for skill. So it looks like pick your poison because the Caps are going to win that one. So we're going to roll the red die that I've highlighted on screen here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 will do so. So player 2, that's Anthony Mantha. So he's going to win that one as he does have skill. So he's moving in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does. Anthony Mantha gets robbed by Ken Dryden, and we move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, penalty check between Doug Reesborough and anybody on the ice for the Caps. Well, guess what? Either way, Doug Reesborough is going to go to the box because pick your poison. I think we're going to go with TJ Oshie. TJ Oshie may have a best chance here. So he's moving in on Ken Dryden as he looks to get the Caps the lead here or extend their lead here as Oshie shoots and Dryden makes the save. So we go to the empty net mini chart as the game does end in a one goal margin. As you can tell by the score, the Caps lead 1-0. And let's see what happens for our empty net chart mini chart roll here. Keep your eyes on that number I've highlighted. It's a 9. The game is over. Stop the clock. Wow, right at 50 minutes. That took us 10 minutes, roughly 10 minutes to play. So you can see how fast this game can be for how I'm playing. But that is probably going to be like the third best, fastest game. It will be the third fastest game that we have played in this project so far. So the Capitals are going to put Team NHL in front 1-0 in this time frame as the Caps take this game by a score of 1-0. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary brought to you by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. Big taste, Bitty price, Bitty Beer.